Welcome to Unbiased News, where we pride ourselves with bringing you all of the news and none of the bias. In recent news, a picture of a starved polar bear has gone viral and appears to be the kindling behind a new animal rights movement. Upon closer inspection, the picture was actually revealed to be a man in a bear costume. When approached on the matter, 35-year-old Jacques Lalonde said that he is getting accustomed to his new role in the short film Too Much to Bear, which is expected to be released in fall of 2020.
Our next story is quite astonishing. A new study published by the New England Journal of Medicine found that a whopping 83% of its cohort with a dangerous form of blood cancer known as acute lymphoblastic leukemia, or ALL, went into remission after undergoing a specialized treatment called CAR T-cell therapy. This treatment falls under the umbrella of cancer immunotherapy, which generally aims to eradicate cancer by modulating that patient's own immune system. Before we get into the detail of this treatment, it's important to understand how cancer cells evade the immune system in the first place. Over to you, Dr. Ashley Adile, a scientist focused on brain cancer immunotherapy from the Harvard Stem Cell Institute, to explain this novel approach.
Hi there! This is certainly a multifaceted problem. Irrespective of cancer type, tumor cells possess a dynamic nature and often heterogeneous landscape, resulting in difficulty when aiming to specifically target such cells. Cancer cells can evade an arsenal of therapeutic options by exploiting various pathways throughout the body, one of which mirrors immune cells that express more inhibitory molecules at their surface relative to normal cells. Cancer cells use this tactic as a means to prevent getting killed by effector T cells, which are relatively short-lived activated cells that help defend the body in an immune response. Cancer cells also express less tumor-associated molecules as to not reveal their true identity. In doing so, they lower cell surface expression of major histocompatibility complex, or MHC molecules, which are present in nearly all human cells to allow for cellular recognition. With MHC being responsible for holding cellular antigens, these antigens are expressed by cells so that effector T cells can determine whether or not the cell is foreign. By downregulating MHC molecules, cancer cells hijack the body's system as to not give away their tumorigenic identity as easily. CAR T cells kill target cells in the same manner as regular T cells. However, they recognize their targets much more efficiently. But you may wonder, how do CAR T cells do this? CAR stands for chimeric antigen receptor. The chimeric nature stems from the fact that many genetic sources are integrated into the receptor and its function as to detect a specific antigen. An antigen is a molecule that characteristically is expressed by a group of cells. In the case of B-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia, the CD19 antigen is expressed by all tumorous B cells and can therefore be exploited by the CAR. To get the receptor into T cells, patient T cells are first isolated. Then, a retroviral vector is used to deliver the genetic code for the receptor into the T cells. The patient's T cells then use this code to generate a receptor and deposit it in the cell surface. When the T cell encounters a CD19 positive tumor cell, it becomes activated. This will result in perforation of the tumor cell surface and subsequent injection of cytotoxic granules to destroy its target, the cancer cell, from the inside out.
Thank you, Dr. Adile. That was very informative. Now, this treatment sounds very cool and exciting. However, there are some drawbacks, and this is unbiased news, so we must take these drawbacks into consideration. To begin, this treatment costs approximately $400,000 in US currency. That's a lot of money, folks, money that the average person does not have. In addition to that, only 2 CAR T-cell therapies have been approved by the FDA. One of them is for large B-cell lymphoma, and the other one is for acute lymphoblastic leukemia. And finally, arguably the most alarming drawback for this therapy is the fact that in some cases, this therapy can be fatal, in which case it causes excessive autoimmune response. Now, the main idea here is the fact that we must consider both sides of the story and be critical of everything we hear and read. Thank you for listening. Now back to you, Giancarlo and Wale.
Those are some steep prices to pay, but overall, this treatment sounds like it has a lot of potential.
Indeed it does. All the best to those who are thinking of or currently undergoing this procedure.
And next time on Unbiased News, Gateway into the Music World or Instrument of Death, members of the coalition known as Hoax, or Husbands Openly Against Xylophones, are rallying to get the toy instruments banned from stores, citing the mallet as a potential choking hazard waiting to happen. See you next time.